Another phenomenal person from the community of Bergen County in New Jersey. And it seems that every moment I turn around, I'm talking to another political figure or just somebody in the community who's inspired change. Right now I have the Honorable James Young, who just retired after how many years? 30 years of being, were you a lawyer first and then a judge?
Yeah, I'm still a lawyer. I was a judge in TNAC for 30 years.
So you still practice?
Yes.
You still practice? So then you're not retired then?
Well, I'm retired from the bench.
Okay. So tell me about your time on the bench in TNAC in Bergen County. How was that for you? And what are you going to miss, honestly?
Well, frankly, I missed the opportunity we had a lot of times to help a lot of people. I saw being a judge in TNAC as an opportunity to help a lot of people. I think we were able to steer a lot of young folks who sometimes are right at a crossroads, and we were able to steer them in the right direction. And that's what I think was our greatest success. I had a very, very good relationship with the police department in TNAC. Some of the police officers were very, very dedicated to reaching out into the community and getting to know some of the young kids. And again, we were able to help a lot of kids prevent them from making a lot of mistakes.
Definitely.
And that was the thing I enjoyed the most.
Wow. How did you get to this point in your life? Did you always want to be a lawyer when you
No. When I was at Lincoln, when I graduated, I had an opportunity to come to New Jersey to teach. I was in Englewood for 15 years.
Wow.
And when I taught for several years, then I was an assistant principal at a middle school, and then a principal at an elementary school.
Okay.
And so while I was the principal at elementary school, I was going to law school at night. And then when I graduated from law school, I had opportunity to start practicing law, so I did that. And then
what year did you get your law degree?
1979.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How was it being a lawyer or trying to become a lawyer back then, like in the 70s?
Well, it was interesting. I knew several people who were involved in the law, so they were able to kind of mentor me and point me in the right direction. And so it worked out fine. I started doing some private practice, started doing some things, and I left education and went into full-time private practice. And after a few years, I had an opportunity to become the judge in TNAC, and so I took advantage of that opportunity and stayed there for 30 years.
And you have no student loans. I know some people come to me and they say, I'm going to law school and I have like $300,000 in debt. How much was your tuition to go to law school?
I don't remember what the tuition was, but I tell you what I do remember. They had a program at that time, and it was a group out of New Hampshire, and it was called a tuition plan. And what they would do, they would pay your tuition for a semester, and you pay it back monthly. And at the end of the semester, it was paid in full. So they would pay for the next semester. And I went through law school the whole time doing that.
Wow.
So when I graduated from law school, I didn't have any debt at all.
That's amazing. That's amazing to understand. And
another thing I think is very important, when I graduated from undergraduate school, I didn't have any debt at all either.
Scholarship.
No, I didn't. The scholarship I had was my mom and dad working hard.
Man.
And I remember, and I tell the brothers all the time, I remember so vividly. I guess I was 6, 7 years old, and my mother told me that when it's time for you to go to college, if they'll let you in, you'll be able to go. And I didn't know what she was talking about. And I found out later that we lived in Washington, D.C., and when she graduated from high school, she was admitted to Howard, but she wasn't able to stay. She wasn't able to pay for it. And she said she made a promise to herself, if I ever have a child, that's not going to happen to my child. And that's exactly what happened.
And did you have kids and did you pay that?
We don't have any kids. My wife and I don't have any kids, but we have nieces, nephews, we have godchildren, and we've paid tuition on a lot of kids. We've helped a lot of kids get through school.
That's great. Honorable James Young, I
okay.
really appreciate you.
All right,
Thank you
certainly.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you.